The star has arrived. Hey girl.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Sire. So I was just asking everybody what they got going on. Hi, Calvin. I was just asking everyone what do they have going on today while I was waiting on you.
I know.
Since
Sorry, late.
you good. Since the star is here, hello everybody who has joined my live. I'm Cherry Poppins. For those of y'all who do not follow me, I have a YouTube show called Daily Affirmations with Cherry Poppins, and basically on my show, what I do is I say a quote, and then I tell you what it means to me, what I think about it, how can we apply this quote to our lives, and I'm trying to motivate, I'm trying to inspire, and I'm trying to, what's the word I want to say? I don't know. Help people be more productive and efficient people. So, I decided originally in the month of May, what I wanted to do was have guests on my YouTube show, but obviously the coronavirus said, fuck that shit. So I had to bring it to Instagram Live. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce my friend Elle Jones.
Hi.
And she's going to tell us her quote.
So my quote is, sometimes people try to destroy you, not because they don't see your power, but because they see it and don't want it to exist. So let me make sure I have it right. Sometimes people will try to destroy you precisely because they recognize your power, not because they don't see it, but because they see it and don't want it to exist.
I love it.
So yes, that's my quote.
Have you ever experienced this personally? Like someone trying to break you down or take away the power that you have?
Not necessarily in that sense, but I think that for me, I've experienced it in a way. Oftentimes people like to tell you or dictate what they think you should be doing. And I think that for me, that was extremely like heartbreaking. Like, I know I've been in a lot of situations where people are like, oh, you don't look like you'd be doing this. I know one time, I'll just say it blatantly, I'll spill the tea. So one time we were interviewing this artist on my show, Talking to Town, and I'm behind the scenes, so I'm like taking pictures and stuff like that. And he was like, you don't like you be doing this. And I'm like, what is it like I be doing? And he's like, you be like a bartender or like an IG model or something. It's just like, stuff like that is really disheartening to me because like I have a brain, you know what I mean? But oftentimes people see you and they're like, oh, you look like you should do this, so you should do it. And I think that I've gotten to a place where I pride myself on doing the total opposite of what people think I do, or being that, oh, you think I do this, or you think I should do this, and it's a whole vault of a bunch of different things that I do that's outside of whatever they try to tell me to do.
They think you should be doing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of going through that right now. I have had multiple friends tell me I should make OnlyFans. And I'm like,
and that's the new thing. That's the new thing.
And not
Here's
make
my thing with OnlyFans. OnlyFans, it unfortunately it receives a bad rap. I argue with so many people about OnlyFans because I think it's really what you make it. I've seen hairstylists do webinars on OnlyFans and have customers they upload all their content and you subscribe and you'll receive that. So it's really all about what you make it. I mean, unfortunately, guys get tight because they think it's Backpage. You can't buy pussy on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? And it's really, I love OnlyFans because I feel like it gives power back to women, letting us know that you don't gotta show your ass for free, baby girl. It's a nigga that'll pay $10 to see that, and you should capitalize on that. And I think it definitely creates that dual business. You know what I mean? Like, sex sells. There's a reason Playboy and Hugh Hefner is known and famous and rich. You know what I mean? So it's all about how you decide to capitalize on that. But you don't have to show ass. You can give content. Content. You know what I mean? If you teach something, You can host it as a webinar. You can do a whole bunch of only things, but people just put OnlyFans, and it's like now everybody thinks you're showing your pussy. Like, you don't know what I'm showing on OnlyFans.
Yeah, you don't
unless
know
you
what I'm
buy.
Doing. My friends are specifically telling me to show my ass on OnlyFans, and I'm just like, yo, I'm not that type of bitch. Like, that's not who I am. I'm not posting shit like that on social media.
Then, right.
I like to send pictures to niggas. That's what I like to do. I don't, but like you said, I could get paid for it. But it's like, I'm also not sending it to any nigga.
Right.
But Soul in the comments said that's just like a Patreon account. It's basically a Patreon account. Do you know what Patreon is?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So it's like, I have a Patreon account. Like, I have one of those accounts for my
podcast. Yeah, that's
like,
another thing
that we're doing.
Don't let nobody tell you to make OnlyFans because you're a girl and you're pretty and you should capitalize.
Right.
No, if that's not your brand, your business, you know, I have a lot of followers. You know what I mean? I'm gonna capitalize on the eyes that are watching me because I know what my followers want to see. But for someone like you, you know what I mean? You make quality content. Not to say that I don't make quality content, but you get what I'm trying to say. You make quality content. This is what you do.
It's just
so different. It's like, stick to that. Yeah, I feel like everybody feels like you gotta grab every bag that's out there, and it's like not all money is good money. And some people make OnlyFans and it'll hurt them more than it'll help them because it'll totally ruin the credibility of their brand if that's not what they do. So don't let anybody pressure you into doing that shit, bro. Nah, that's all I'm saying.
So I think one experience that I had as far as like someone trying to take my power, I was in a relationship before, and like the type of person I am now, I've always been this type of person. I'm always on the run. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing things. So it's like I had a job. I had 2 jobs. I'm in school full time, and I had my radio show, and I was doing the podcast. And the nigga would just always like, yo, well, don't go to the podcast today so we could fuck. It was like any and everything was like, so we could fuck. Like, oh, be late for work, call out of work, dude. And it's like, yo, why are you? And I'm like, that is really someone trying to take my power away. Like, you are like, why aren't you trying to help
motivate me?
Right. Yes. Like, why aren't you trying to motivate me and help me get to where I want to be? Instead
that
of
could
like,
easily could have been like, babe, have a good podcast, and when you come back, I'll just wow your shit up. Like, it could have went that way.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's
and my favorite part about the quote is the ending where it says, it's not that people don't see your power, it's that they see it and don't want it to exist. So I watched the Karen Civil interview, and I love Karen Civil, and she made a statement that always stuck out to me, and she said, a lot of people are excited for my career, but they're not excited that I'm the one that has this career. And I identify with that so much because it's like, everybody would be okay if I was making a little bag bartending, if I was, you know, a video girl, if I was twerking in this person's video, but because I'm trying to basically suit and tie this sexy shit, you know, people don't vibe with it. It's like, girl, shut up and just be sexy. And it's like, no, I won't. And I refuse to let anyone diminish my power or make me feel small or anything like that for their own comfort or their own peace of mind. So that's definitely true, especially in relationships. It's very important as women like us that are entrepreneurs to find a partner that is supportive, that doesn't mind taking the back seat and letting a woman lead, because that's another thing. You see Savannah James always at LeBron James games, or you'll see Gabrielle Union cheering on D Wade or whatever, but how many times do we see it the opposite way? How many times do we see the man clapping for the woman while she's on the front stage? So it's very important to like, it's unfortunate, but we can't date just any kind of nigga.
How like just being like doing all the things that you're doing and being well known, like how is the dating scene, or like is it more difficult or is it easier? Like how is dating for you?
I want to give an authentic answer, because to be honest, I don't want to say it like that, but like I really don't see these niggas. Like I don't. I feel like that stuff will come when it comes. I hope it happens in an organic way. I don't think that I'd ever date somebody in my field. Like I wouldn't date a rapper. I don't know if I would date a businessman, but it depends on his business. No, I think dating for me probably probably got harder, I feel like, because it's so much that someone that deals with me has to understand. Like, I'm in the studio sometimes with artists or hours of the night, you know what I mean? And it's not to say you can't FaceTime me, you can't call me, but you have to know that, like, that's a part of my work.
This is what I'm doing.
Right. A lot of times I get the dudes that's like, well, fuck, it ain't Future or nothing. But it's like, I'm trying to create that. You know what I mean? So even getting somebody to take what I'm doing seriously, like understanding that the artist that I'm working with now can go from underground to Pop Smoke in 5 seconds. So I do have to give them my attention. I do have to give them my time. And you kind of have to plant the seed with me and watch it grow with me. I can't convince you of what I'm doing makes sense yet. So yeah, dating is like, yeah, it's kind of hard. Then you meet the guys that a lot of times,
do you find that sometimes guys are intimidated by you because you are doing so much?
If they do, they
maybe not intimidated by you, but intimidated by the workload.
It could be. I'm very hard to catch. Like, it's honestly 9 times out of 10, if I do hang out with a dude or something like that, it's like I happen to be doing business and then we're lingering. You know what I mean? Like, we were at a video shoot and it's like, oh, what you doing after this? I'm hungry. You know what I mean? It has to, and I kind of like that, you know, like, it has to start with business because I need for you to know, like, this is my focus. Anything outside of that is secondary, but you met me in a work environment, so know that this is extremely important to me and nothing's going to alter that no matter what comes of what it is that we're doing. So yeah,
I like that.
Dating is.
See, I need to try and start meeting niggas in the work environment. Well, I don't want to date no podcast nigga.
Right. Because you don't want somebody
like,
talking they shit.
You know.
Talking they shit or whatever.
Yeah, because he's going to be fucking talking about me and shit. I don't got time.
But then I meet the guys that, like, want me to, like, oh, it's not that serious. Like, you could date. Like, you know, no. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not ever going on a date with an artist. Like, it has to be business. Like, it has to start with business, and then the business went so well that now I'm turned on and now I want to know more about you. But it could never just be, you cute.
Yeah. I used to date a guy, like, not back in the day, but like some years ago, who he's a rapper, or he raps. I hate to, like,
he's a rapper.
I hate to belittle him like that.
Two different things.
I hate to belittle him like that, but and at the time, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I do radio, and he raps. Like, we're interested in the same types of things, stuff like that. But as I've gotten older, because this was like 4 years ago, maybe, as I've gotten older and been around more people and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't like rappers. I don't want to date a rapper.
Some of them are great though. Some rappers are super cool. They're really nice.
Yeah.
Just for me, unfortunately, I still, and I feel like I kind of have to be because of the realm that I'm in. I'm very concerned about how things look and what people think in that way. I don't want to be the blogger that, you know, once you date one rapper, everybody thinks everybody you post, you fucking. So I have to be very mindful. It's like, I don't have time to waste, and I'm not going front street with you because I don't want to diminish my brand. Like, I don't want people to think, oh yeah, she's like that. She did it. She dated this guy. She's like, So, definitely being with another creative, it's not what it's all.
I feel like sometimes it can help you because they can help you creatively, and they know, like, where your mind is at and stuff like that.
Yes.
But then, like you said, it's just once you date one person. Yeah, I feel like if I dated someone who does podcasting, I would never be able to date another podcaster. So we gonna have to get married. I'm gonna have to kill that nigga. Like that.
So you would never date someone that owns it, that, like, has their own podcast?
I think it depends. Like, if it was somebody on, like, Joe Budden status, then yes. If it was somebody, like, on my status, probably not. I'm most likely not even paying you. So I feel like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm so fucking popping, but I feel like people know who I am and stuff like that, and then it's just like once, and people talk, so it's like once I date this one podcaster, now I'm probably always going to be referenced.
Okay.
I feel like people might use that as leverage for their show as well, which I don't like.
Well, that's good that you're thinking of all of those things. I feel like
podcasters are fucking corny.
I don't think that's true, and I think that there's a way to like, cause like, what if you date a podcaster and then y'all start a relationship podcast?
No, I would never do that. I would never do that. I would never do a relationship podcast or a relationship YouTube.
I was just about to ask you, what about the YouTube?
I don't want people in my business. I don't want people in my business. And I feel like it's so...
For a fee? They in your business for a fee.
Okay, for a fee. If I'm getting paid, then yes. Yeah, and you know what? Let me take that back. I did talk to somebody. I did talk to a guy who has a podcast. And it was very short-lived. So that's
because of the podcast, or because of
you know what?
something else?
He would, and even still to this day, like I felt like he would not using me, but he'll be like, yo, so like how are y'all doing? At first he was like doing his own thing, whatever. Like he was like under a brand, whatever. But then he had to go to another studio to do it. And then now he's trying to figure out like, how do I do this on my own? So now instead of like, asking me how's my day, like not even asking me how's my day, but like having genuine conversations with me, it would be like, yeah, so like what kind of software do y'all use? And like what kind of mics? And what should I buy? And then I won't hear from him for mad long. And I'm like, hey, boo, how are you? I was just thinking about you. I miss you. Yeah, so, like, you know, y'all doing this Zoom shit. Like, how are y'all doing Zoom?
Oh, yeah, he was a leech. He was definitely a leech. And that's why.
So it's like, and I'm just like, yo, like, I'm fine. Like, and I just knew, at a certain point, I just knew every time he hit me up and was like, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm good, yo. How's
he needs to move to the business partner. Yeah. He want to be a business partner.
Well, it's too late because I fucked him. We can't be a business partner now.
Okay. Well, then, he just has to go. Well, he can pay you for your insight.
Oh,
you know, if you need me to help you.
Yeah.
Pay me.
Yeah.
I'm
but at that point,
pay me.
I don't even want to talk to him at this point. I'm just like, whatever. But I think moving forward, those are like the things that I'm like looking out for, is in like someone who's trying to like use me for whatever reason when it comes to like podcasting.
You know what's crazy though, in my experience of dating, and as things that like they say you gotta get a nigga that got 150 episodes.
Period. And you know what? He did not.
Oh my god.
You know,
I feel like I'm
4 episodes. I have like 269.
Yeah. He was that. You. I mean, I don't want to say like that, but you was cuffing a worker. Like that's a worker at this point. You know what I'm saying? You trying to catch up to what it is that I'm doing. But I have realized, and I could be wrong, but the more I date, the more I'm starting to like 9 to 5 niggas. I mean, I know that's not. I mean, not to be politically incorrect, because I don't want to call them 9 to 5 niggas, but a lot of people ask me like, "Oh, would you date like a regular guy?" I'm like, "Why not? I'm a regular girl. I just have a brain." Like, yes, I'm starting to like 9 to 5. Yeah, I'm starting to like 9 to 5.
I need to date a nigga with a who don't got student loans. That's. I need to marry a nigga who don't got student loans. Because with me,
doctors got mad student loans.
A regular nigga who got a regular government job. He ain't go to college. He just got a regular government job, not a college.
Dudes with the government jobs, shout out to y'all, because y'all the only ones that are employed during this time. Like, you guys are essential workers. You know, everybody else. Shout out to y'all. If you have an essential worker, dude, love him. Okay, because he's keeping you afloat right now.
I work for a
9 to
hospital.
5 guys are.
Yeah, I work for a hospital. I be looking for the fucking doctors, but like, I like black people. I like black men, and I don't be seeing a lot of black men. And I don't even work in the hospital. I like work like in the office part. So it's like, damn.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't even get to see the fucking doctors. Sayer said we out here. Sayer's still working. He's still working.
Okay, he's essential worker?
Yes, he is essential. Look, if it wasn't for him, his whole company wouldn't have fucking Wi-Fi, Zoom, none of that shit. That nigga is essential. Yes.
Wow. Okay, shout out to you.
Many people walking around with college debt.
I was about to say, I have a lot of college debt, so I can't really be thinking.
A fucking lot. No Spanish dudes and why?
Ooh, that's good advice. Go to company parties. That's good advice. Cherry, you gotta go to the Christmas party.
So I went to the Christmas party. Yo, let me tell you the story. It was we had like this big thing at in my department. It was like a to get to know your coworkers type thing. And I was the only black. Yeah, it wasn't a mixer. It was like they made us like solve a problem, like worked whatever. I saw this nigga. I'm gonna answer the Spanish guy's thing in a second, but I saw this nigga. Yeah. It's not a lot of black people at my job, so I'm like, oh, who is that? Yo, he's cute and he tall. Oh, and he brown skin. Yo, that's my type. And hit my friend up. Yo, who is this? Oh, that's Bobby. I'm like, oh, okay. Ask Bobby if he's going to the Christmas party. She asked Bobby if he was going to the Christmas party. He was going to the Christmas party. Man, then she goes up to him at the Christmas party. Oh, yeah, my friend think you cute. He was like, who your friend? Oh, the girl over there with the braids? Yes, it was team building. Yes. Oh, your friend over there with the braids? I'm like, why the fuck would you tell him that? Now I can't. You was just supposed to introduce me, and I was going to do my thing.
Oh.
So now the whole.
So you wanted to shoot your shot on your own?
Yes, but she's like, oh, yeah, my friend think you cute. Now it's like, oh, yeah, tell her come through. Now what I'll do when I come through? Hey, yeah, she said that. No, whatever. We ended up playing like a game of fucking cornhole together. And then I was like, all right, y'all, I gotta go, whatever. And I left, went to the bathroom. When I came out the bathroom, he was waiting on me. I'm like, this is about to be my new boyfriend. I know where he lived. I mean, where he lived. I know where he worked.
Are y'all dating?
We was going to the fucking gym. Well, not now, obviously, but we was going to the gym. We was texting. And this nigga is annoying. Like, he's not annoying, but like, I'm like, oh, he must not be interested in me. Because I let him know.
Gonna have a great ending.
It don't. So the story is that company shits don't fucking work.
What was so boring? I mean,
it's not. I think he's either not interested in me, like as a person.
In that way.
Yeah, like as a person, like interested in me, because like we hang out. Well, we would go to the gym together and like get lunch together every fucking day, and
so
like.
What, is he like your gay best friend or something?
So listen.
Is he gay?
He carries the fucking Supreme bag on his back. And I fucking hate that shit. But he's from Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. So I feel like...
You think he wanted Migos or something?
Like, I feel like that's just their style. But like, I don't know.
So he was annoying?
I think he has a girlfriend.
Okay, well, I'm seeing someone say gay.
No. I think he has a girlfriend. And just won't tell me. Yo, I got friend zones. Because I told him, I was like, yo, I think you are so fine. And he was like, oh, whatever he sent to me back. It wasn't like a curve or anything, but after that.
So like, maybe you're not friend zone. Maybe that's not shooting that's not a girl shooting a shot to him.
And gay. somebody, damn, she got friend zone. What did you do?
Exactly.
Choco, I told him, I was like, well, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't.
Say he's cute, but that doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yo, yesterday. So whenever I take like cute pictures, I will send them to him. And so yesterday.
Stop treating him like your gay best friend. That is some gay best friend stuff. Like, what do you say? Do you be like, do you be spicy?
I'm like, yo, Bobby, look at this photo shoot I did. I'm fire or no? And he'd be like, yo, you look so good. And I'd be like, thanks. And like, that will be the conversation. So like yesterday,
y'all are awkward.
I know. Yesterday, I hit him up like, because he was in my dream. I was like, yo, you was in my dream. And he was like, I hope it was good. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yo, I might need you to send me some pics. And I was like, damn,
Cherry, I'm getting mad. I'm getting upset. I'm getting hot. Because I don't understand. Like, why don't you just tell him, like, what's going on? Y'all keep dancing around it. What's up?
I don't know. I I guess maybe I don't really truly know how to shoot my shot. And then also I feel like it's the thing that like I sent them. But like it's the thing that like we work together too. You're awkward and he's good. Whatever. But I think it's because we work together too, and we don't work like directly together, but
right.
He don't have social media. He don't have social media.
Damn.
He's like, I'm coming back though once I lose 20 pounds. I'm like, nigga, you're not even big. Whatever.
Do you guys work in like close proximity?
Yo, for the longest,
like,
for the longest, we didn't even work in the same building. Now, like, I work on this floor, he work on the floor under me, but we work for the same department.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with them in the comments. I think you should just say what you feel.
I gotta let him know. I gotta text Bobby. Yeah. I gotta FaceTime.
I mean, yeah, y'all are very awkward.
I feel like maybe after quarantine.
What does that have to do with anything? He has corona?
No, he's in Atlanta. He was like, yo, we're about to be quarantined for the next however long. I'm just about to go back to Atlanta and stay with my people. So he's went to Atlanta right now. Well, what happened was he's in Atlanta right now. He went to Atlanta for vacation, and that was like right when the quarantine thing happened. He was like, oh, I'm gonna just stay here for another week, and then another week turned to like months. But he was like, oh, this is cool. I get to see my family, blah blah, whatever.
Oh, okay. So,
Choco, you gotta add me or follow me. We gotta follow each other.
You were supposed to shoot the shot, and you dropped the ball.
Yo, I thought about shooting my shot yesterday when I told him about my dream, but then I was like, I don't even know what to say. Like, whatever. Anyway,
we need to. Your co-host is in here. The producer.
I
hope he's in here.
I don't.
Yeah, drop a comment if you're in here. You guys need to do a show called For the Love of Cherry. And you guys
we need to do it on live. We need to speed dating on live.
Yes, exactly.
That'll be so
and
funny.
That would be I do agree with them, like you kind of dropped the ball with that. So you might have to forget about that. But the next time we gotta make sure you prepared.
Yes. So I want to go back real quick because we just went off on a rant.
I know, I just had to make sure that you were dating correctly.
Yeah, I'm not, clearly. So you had said when we were talking about you are trying to suit and tie this shit, right? And I saw you had posted on your story one of your tweets. I think it was like last week, and you said, I'm starting to realize the more money successful women get, the less skin they show. For the people who follow you, like you post a lot of like provocative pictures and stuff like that. Are you now changing your mindset for okay.
Not at all.
Why why not?
I feel like because the whole like provocative thing, like it's not an act. Like that's really how I dress. You know what I mean? It just so happens I'm like, okay, let's take this picture. But for me, I think just my brand, and one thing that I've always from the beginning of this shit always said was versatility is my biggest thing. I want to be able to fit into every different room, every different environment. I just realized, like I saw, and the whole way that came about is I'm always into Kim Kardashian and Karen Civil. Like those are my two. If I could combine them, I think that would be like I always say I'm like Kim Civil, because I have the sex appeal and all that stuff, but there's a brain that comes along with it. And I think that a lot of people, it's very rare that you find someone that can tie the two entities together and make it work. A lot of times some people get too caught up in the likes, they get too caught up in the attention, and then that's how you take the Instagram model route and not the business route. You know what I mean? When you get too caught up in, oh, if I post my ass, that's going to get 1,000 likes, but if I post me in a suit, it might get 500. Either way.
Did you experience that? Because I think you have posted a pic recently.
Like my likes going down?
Suit. Not your likes going down, but just like when you posted that picture in your suit, did you see a difference or no? Did
I have like a complex in my head? Like, damn, I don't want to post this? What do you mean?
No. Like, did you see your likes go down on that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And for me, that was me knowing I was doing something right.
Okay.
I think that I was more so like, okay, yeah, I know if I would have posted a more implied nude photo, it would have got more likes. But these 500 people that like this picture of me in this suit, these are the consumers that I'm looking into. These are the people that I want watching me. These are the people that are going to support me, are going to buy, are going to watch, are going to view. And that's 500 people. So all I need to do is get more consistent with this covered up content. That's what I call it. That's what me and my photographer call it. This covered up content. And the more I get consistent with that, the more I'll weed out the guys that are following me from 2017 that want to see ass. Like, yeah, that's not what this is. Now that I got your attention with all the ass pics for all these years, now I'm going to show you guys what all that was for and why that was even happening. In college, that was like a real crazy time because I was going hard with the Instagram model stuff in college. So there would be pictures of like, you know, ass photos in my dorm room or like me being sexy, and like that was a lot for me. I went to HBCU. I went to Morgan State University. So you would think that kind of stuff would be embraced on a college campus, but it's like, yeah, no, we're not appreciating your curves in that way. But that from there, that's how I got the Fashion Over Curve endorsement, because they saw that I was more of a fluffy girl. And then a lot of that was when like Black Girl Magic came about. So, you know, I would post like pictures, my makeup done and stuff like that. And stuff, things like that would go viral. So I always, over the years, was seeing what content worked, what content didn't. I know it sounds real cliche in business, but like knowing your audience is huge. You know what I mean? Like your followers, clearly they like to see you talk. They engage in conversation with you. And that's a blessing, because there's a lot of entrepreneurs that just can't get their followers to genuinely engage. They have to do tricks and, oh, we have a celebrity guest. Whereas with you can just create quality content and people will tune in. So no, I know I kind of went off on a tangent, but no, I'm not changing my mindset at all. This is who I am. This is always who I'm going to be. But I'm learning that you can alter, or you can enforce that versatility, whether it be with a bag that comes with it. Because the whole thing was Kylie had the suit on when she did her spread for Forbes magazine. Now, if you know Kylie Jenner, you go on her Instagram right now, she probably posted a picture in a bikini 2 days ago. But on the cover of Forbes, she had on that suit. And that was my point. Like, I don't mind being versatile. You know what I mean? I embrace that kind of stuff. I can be the video girl. I can shake my ass if you want to. But I can also get on the cover of Forbes. I could sit at a table with Rock Nation. I could be a marketing strategist for a label. I could do all this stuff. And that doesn't take away, you know what I mean, the way I look. I think a lot of times attractive women in general, just like you said, somebody told you to make an OnlyFans. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean my looks is what I want to get me ahead. That's not what that means. Don't think because I'm a girl that, oh, I have to make OnlyFans. Honestly, OnlyFans, if you check the stats, gay men are among the top, creators on OnlyFans, because you know, it's private and all that stuff. So a lot of people just force you because you're a girl to be one way. And I was always hell bent on versatility. Like, my number one quote is, I allow my looks to get me through the door, but my brain to get me a seat at the table. I understand that you're seen before you're heard. So okay, let's talk about it. Yeah, she has fat ass titties. Okay. Now that we've gotten that out the way, let's talk business. And that's how I always treat everything. And it's been working for me, and I'm proud of me, because a lot of people didn't get it. A lot of people didn't get it, Cherry. I lost mad friends. I've argued with a bunch of people just because it was like, you guys aren't seeing it. But if I was white, you'd see it. Because let's not forget, Kim Kardashian's claim to fame was a sex tape. Period. And now she's a lawyer. You know what I mean? And no one talks about Ray J or her or the sex tape. But as a Black woman, you guys constantly try to over-sexualize, hypersexualize, and make me feel like if I'm not using my looks for something, I'm failing. And it's like, nah.
That right there. That right there.
So you really have to.
A lot of people, especially when today's day and age, and in like with Instagram, with social media in general, if you look good, they automatically think that you need to use this to get ahead. And in my mind, I'm like, I got too much fucking student loans for me to be using my looks to get ahead in life.
Exactly. And it's crazy. Like, half of the time they don't even assume like you went to college. Like, I'm a college grad, bro. You feel me? Like, I can't show my titties to get my student loans reduced, so I'm not about to use that for a living. I need cash.
I have a master's degree.
Oh yeah,
you're
out of here.
Nice,
yeah,
okay?
You're out of here.
Like,
I'm a bachelor's mommy.
But you know what? I feel like I remember back in the day, maybe this is like 2012. All the pictures I would post on my Instagram would be me, like, it will only be if I'm out. Like, if I'm out doing something. Because, like, why the fuck am I post a regular ass pic? Whatever. And I'm not really like a selfie person. And I remember I was talking to this guy, we're having a conversation, and then he just stopped me and was like, yo, you're really smart. And I was like, what? And he was like, I thought you were dumb. I thought you were an airhead. I thought you only like to drink and party. And I'm like, because of what you see on my Instagram? Like, that's fucking ridiculous. And I think now, because people see all my posts on my Instagram, and I don't really post anything about, like, my regular job. And then, like, they see podcast stuff, and I put some cute pics and shit. And then when I tell them I have a master's degree, like, I am an educated Black woman, they're, like, fucking blown away. I had a conversation with this guy one time. He's like, yeah, I'm getting this certification and this certification and da-da-da-da. Did you go to school? I have a master's degree. I've been did this shit. What the fuck? Like, and Choco just said perception is king. And so I think that kind of goes back to, like, the type of pics that we are posting on social media. We given this perception that, like,
it's not fair because I feel like it's one-sided. Like, I really feel like it is, and I'm not this type of person at all, but I really feel like it's a Black woman thing, because I think that white women are able to do anything, you know what I mean? Be in any circle, and no matter what happens, you know what I mean? They are accepted. And that's why out of all the white women that are business people, I always choose Kim K, because it's like, she goes to the Met Gala, she done met with the president, been to the White House, still got the sex tape, was topless in her husband's music video, you know what I mean? And this is the woman that is building an empire. And it's like, that's what I want to do. And I know that it's going to be a little more difficult because I am an African-American woman, but I embrace that challenge, and I accept that. And I'm really here for the girls that felt like, I'm pretty, so all I can do is use my looks. If you're pretty and you have a brain, the sky is truly the limit. And my favorite kind of like social media mantra, I guess I call it, I always say this to myself, is a series of tweets or screenshots is not an autopsy of the soul. Meaning that you cannot know who I am as a person, no matter what you think about my social media. You really don't know me unless you speak to me. Watch an interview. You can look at my social media all day, but that's why I'm very big on things like this, interviews and speaking. YouTube me, Google, look at the content that I put out there to really show you who I am outside of just what I look like. And then after you've done that, then I want to know what you think of me. But if you're just looking at my gram, you like I said on Twitter, I said, I'm just an Instagram model. You're not paying attention. I'm different
in that way because I for a while I was being, and I think this is one of the reasons why I started doing the daily affirmations was because when I turn on that microphone, when I do a podcast, now I'm a completely different bitch. Like Cherry Poppins is in the fucking building. Like, I mean, not completely different, but like I'm myself, but like just elevated a little bit. Like I'm a little bit more rugged, I guess Sire and Jay would say. And I say some ignorant shit because it's a podcast. And I was getting a lot of people like thinking that I was one way because of this podcast. And it's like, oh no, I need to put out different type of content because really I'm one of the nicest, most positive people you will ever meet in your whole fucking life. And so I think that's one reason why I even started doing that, because people were seeing that specific content.
Yeah, and I experienced that with you.
Content.
Yeah, I experienced that with you because when I met you in person, you were super sweet. Voice was high pitched, super like, hi, da 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 da. And then when I did the podcast, it was like, what's going on? It's your girl Cherry Poppins, aka Mrs. Do What It Do, aka, and I'm just like, wait, this is the same podcast, this the same girl. No, like, what's going on? But I love that. Yeah. I really love that because again, that is you versatility. Because it's like if you guys were presenting your podcast to Spotify, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't go up there like, yeah, what's up, Spotify? We trying to. No, you have to be able to fit in those different rooms. Beyonce did that. That's how we found out about Sasha Fierce. That's why songs like Partition, where she's talking about fucking her husband in a limo, is like, I love that because it shows that women are not one dimensional. We can be anything we want to be. It just all depends on what we want. So yeah, I
could wear stilettos and some fucking ones and still be the best bitch.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So I think maybe what I've taken from this conversation overall is just like to be versatile, like to embrace
all sides of you.
Yes, embrace it all.
And what makes you an entrepreneur is embracing those sides of you and figuring out how to capitalize on those sides. So you like talking about words and conversation. That is a door for this daily affirmations with Cherry. You know what I mean? Embrace everything about you and make it a business.
Period. And I have to go back to somebody asked me if I like Spanish guys. I mean, I will date a Hispanic guy, but I feel like it depends on who he is as a person. Because I feel like if you're not really, if I'm speaking more Spanish than you, I don't want you telling me shit about anything about Latin culture. Period. End. One.
Oh my god.
But two, I just love black men. Like I love black people in general. Like. And that's my preference.
I mean, and this might be kind of controversial, so I don't know if you want to get into it, but like I have this weird complex where like if I date outside my race, I don't want to feel like I'm fulfilling someone's like freaky fantasy of like dating a black girl. That's just me, you know what I mean?
That's my thing though. That like when people look at me, they don't see a black girl.
Right.
But then I'm like, no, but I'm like, my name is LaShondra, one of the fucking blackest names on earth. And so it's like, oh, I have this black girl, but she looks exotic. So it's like, I'm still dating within my race, but like, look at her. And that was one thing that I had to like not get over, but like deal with a lot with men. Cause it's like, oh, like, what you mixed with? And it's like, why does that even fucking matter?
Exactly.
Why does that even fucking matter?
Yeah.
Someone asked you a question.
I don't want to feel like that.
So Akil said, was there a major opportunity or particular door closed in your face based solely off of your perception? That's a really good question.
Let me see. You were breaking it.
Scroll up just a little bit.
Was there a major opportunity or particular door closed on your face? Damn, that is a good question because I feel like that all the time. I feel like that happens to me a lot. Again, it's never been confirmed. But believe it or not, my biggest haters are women or other women that, you know, feel like, you know, especially with the music industry, a lot of people I've heard say like, I'm using my sex appeal to like get close to the rappers and I'll get certain opportunities because of what I look like, not because of what I can do. So it's kind of like the opposite. Like I get more, I do get work, but I have to work 10 times harder to prove like I got this because I'm good. I got this because during the consultation, what I said made sense and the artist wanted to work with me. My looks was just something else. You know what I mean? But I would say probably to answer that question, yes.
Whitney
says
a lot
of rooms that I know I can't get in because I refuse to let. I refuse to diminish or again dim my light. I'm not walking into a meeting with no makeup on. I'm not walking into a meeting with baggy clothes. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna come in the meeting as me. And some people do find that as, nah, she's too sexy. It's too much controversy associated with that. Nah, she could be fucking the rappers, and we don't want the rappers to start liking her, and that becomes a different thing. So we just won't let her work all together. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, Whitney says, "Be you always." Yes, definitely. Yeah. And Choco says, "Women need women," and I love having. I don't understand the women who don't want women friends.
Other women to win. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I love having women friends. Like I like having girlfriends. Like back in the day, I would have more guy friends, but I think that's just because like personality and how I am.
I'm the opposite.
But, like,
I'm the opposite. I love having women creative contacts. If that makes sense. So I love this. You know what I mean? I love that. But in regards to like friendship with women, it's hard for me. Honestly. Because I always think somebody's out to get me, to be honest. I always think somebody's like plotting on my downfall. So, but that just goes into a whole, like, I have real bad trust issues, you know what I mean? And I feel like women, in my experience, have been just very, like, catty and weird. So, a lot of times, my closest friends are people I work with.
My women friends support all of my endeavors more than my male friends.
Nice.
And I think that's why I
you cherish them.
The women around at least the women that I do have around me. I have them around me because I know that they will support me in everything that I do. They'll help me in any way that they can, and vice versa.
Nice. Yes.
And now I do have some male friends that go above and beyond for me as far as like promoting my shit and telling people about my shit, like buying merchandise and shit like that, which I appreciate. But like
capitalize.
Yes.
It's because you're a pretty girl and they believe in you.
Thank you. But I just love I love women supporting women. Like I love women supporting women and like being there for each other and stuff like that.
I would love to see you do something like host like a brunch or something like a, because there's a lot of people, Cherry, that be talking this women empowerment shit that don't really be on that. They don't really be on that. They really trying to steal your jewels, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You should do that. Because I feel like you're I mean, to be honest, and I'm not saying this because we're on live, I don't talk to you often, so you know I got to give you your flowers when I talk to you. But I feel like you're probably you are the only women creative that I know that is genuine. And I would, if you did that, I'd come. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
That's how much I believe. Like you really want to see women win. So yeah, look into that.
Yes.
I would come. A brunch.
So we have 1 minute left. We have 1 minute left in our live. They're probably gonna cut us off in 20 seconds. So do you have anything you want to promote really quick? That you have on YouTube?
Yeah, I just dropped my first ever interview that I did with JL Shot That, who is a Pop Smoke's videographer. He directed the Dior video. Fabio's videographer, Lil TJ, the list goes on and on. So I got a chance to sit down with him. He dropped some jewels about being an entrepreneur and a creative and how he's able to do all of that. Talk of the Town talk show, which is a kind of like an everyday struggle, state of the culture, specifically for underground artists. So if you're trying to get on new music before it pops, that'll be the place to go, at Talk of the Town talk show on Instagram. I'm Elle Jones Media. I'm Elle Jones Media, my personal catalog of all the greatest music that I love. And yeah, shout out to Cherry Poppins for doing this. I love you.
Love you too. Bye, guys.